You can't fall asleep when you're counting stars. Get it together. Your mind can't sleep when you let it serve. But now you wanna see me fall. From a quarter mile, I can see you at the call. Think about it, ring won't tell you what I saw. When you break it up, you'll see who had it all. You had it all. You said you wanted to fall into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, oblivion. Oh, going in. Fall into oblivion. Fall into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, oblivion. I'm going in. Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Okay, hello everybody. Hello. We're gonna be getting started with the tournament. I am just currently assigning matches, but I figured I would start so I can start talking to people. Metallurge 50, playing Acceleration of Security 2. It's our community tournament. For the first time, we are endorsed by the publisher, Fruitbat Factory. So we've got prizes this time. Should be a lot of fun. Give me a few more minutes to just get started in terms of getting matches assigned. And we'll be underway soon. Yep. Sorry if I'm not checking chat right now. Give me a few moments. We'll be underway soon. Have a few more to assign. It's my first time working with stations, so just gotta give me a bit of patience. We're waiting on some people, so I had to get through. This is our biggest tournament we've had for Metallurge ever, actually. I think we have about 18 to 20 people. So it's a bit to handle, but we're working on it. Okay. So we have lobby 1, matches 1 through 3. Lobby 2 matches 1, 2, 3, and one more for lobby 2. Match 4. Alright. Okay. So we're going to be starting off with Beetlejuice versus Osisiera. Assigned properly. And streams have started. Okay. Alright, the streams have started. Get over here. Perfect. If you are a follower, feel free to pick up your carrots. There won't be notifications or anything, but you can do that if you want. Okay. Gabby, you are in lobby 2. Start within the next 15 minutes. Okay. Sierra versus Beetlejuice. You may start. One second. Whatever. Forget typos. Okay. So remember, this is best of 5 until the final rounds where we get to best of 7s. We're running right into it, so I'll do my best to commentate here. Scoreboard will be a bit nicer next time we stream, but at least we have one where it's a bit easier for me to work with. And we'll see what kind of match we have here. Alright. Beyblade, yeah, let's go. Alright, so Osisiera versus Beetlejuice. We got a Hime Alte matchup. So Sierra and Alte, I don't believe they typically play Alte, so this is a little interesting, but Beetlejuice getting a nice command grab out there to get some good damage off and take an early lead here. Sierra looking to get a lot of these projectiles out, gonna force a gold shield out from Beetlejuice, so that'll get them out of trouble, but maybe could have been a bit better usage there in terms of value. Half shield trying to get some projectiles, but Osisiera starting to find their groove a little bit, getting some of this, filling up the stage with all these projectiles, preventing Beetlejuice from finding an opening. Gonna get locked down by the machine, but gonna miss the melee combo and get hypered for it. Try and hyper back, but it's gonna whiff. So Beetlejuice staying in the lead here, but gonna use a hyper there. It's going to miss or get shielded, and now you can see Sierra with a bit of a meter lead, but they do not have the life lead here. Gold shields again to try and get out of the hit stun, but Alte is now sitting on a considerable meter lead, which could be some trouble. I'll have to check that after. Anyway, yeah, so sitting at high heat right now. Beetlejuice could be in some trouble, does not have a lot of defenses, so anytime they get hit here, it's going to do a lot of damage. Kind of just using their hypers out here, but they're running out of defense. It's going to get like a full hyper, and that is going to do it. Osisiera going to pick up that combo. And yeah, not saving the defenses there is going to get Beetlejuice blasted. Osisiera goes up 1-0. We're going to go into game 2. Let me just see. Okay. Are my streams offline right now? No, they are not. Okay. Into game 2. We do not have any changes, so same matchup here. I feel like not too many players tend to switch characters. usually only at like high level, which we do have some high level players here, so we might be able to see how some of those matches go later on in the tournament. But for now, pretty even game. Some lockdown, a nice pickup combo, and Ulysses is going to gold shield out of that to try and limit the damage, but a full bar lead for Sierra here, who is the favorite right now for this match. But gonna get hit by some projectiles. Trying to find a way in, probably look for the command grab. Gonna try and gold shield just to get out of the block, but run into those searchlights. And Ulysses could be some trouble with the cell hyper finish. Oh man, so Sierra gonna go up there and use the self-destruct and take out Ulysses quickly, go up for 2-0 now on match point. So remember, these are best of 5s for most of the tournament. So Sierra on match point here. So if a match ends quickly, we will try and go on to another match. You might not know the score, but just to have some gameplay on, and we'll continue monitoring the tournament. All right. So Sierra going to take a bit of punishment to start. It looks like we have double Alta here, so Ulysses is free to switch characters when they are on the losing end. So if you're winning, you have to announce your character swap, but if you're losing, you can just do that counter pick freely. But it's not tending to work out for Ulysses so far. They are in a significant life deficit currently. But we'll see if they can start finding some momentum. Gonna dodge a hyper there. That's a good start. Getting a hyper back. Sierra taking a chunk of damage there. So match is gonna get evened out a bit. Both players sitting at a lot of heat, so they're gonna be taking lots of damage when they get hit by things. Gonna see another hyper thrown out. It is not going to land. Kind of need a bit of setup to make that one work. A lot of the missiles being danced around by, I believe that's Sierra, who's in the blue. Metallurge is the pink Alte. We're gonna take the hyper, force the gold shield to mitigate that damage. Gonna try and dash away from the melee, but is not gonna get away. Metallurge on their last bar of winner's tournament, winner's side. We'll see if they can claw back here, but a lot of these missiles make it very difficult. Gonna activate a searchlight for Sierra. Gonna see if they can get that last chunk of damage onto Ulysses, and the hyper is going to do it. Sierra takes it 3-0 over Beetlejuice in round 1. I may as well link the bracket page for you guys. It is in the description on the YouTube end, but you can find the bracket here if you are interested in checking it out. Sierra going to take it 3-0. And we'll be moving on. We will be checking out, probably gonna be tapping into Mindless versus Goo Virus. I'll actually ask them for their score after. But yeah, oh, hold on. Okay. Let me ask them for score. 2-2. All right, we're gonna game 5 here. Should be interesting. All right. Let me update this. This is winners round 2 match. We got Mindless versus Goo Virus. Classic matchup. And we're gonna see a game from them. Gonna be updating a few more things. Alright. So, we have them both on their mains, Alte and Saki. I wish this scoreboard had a swap thing, but it's fine. Anyway, so no significant lead taken yet, but Goo Virus is staying at a pretty high heat to try and dodge these projectiles from Mindless, but you have to be on your toes or else any hit is going to do a lot of damage. Gets a half shield out. Not true combo from, never mind, you're gonna see the Big Bang Bell set up. So yeah, alright, so pull them on their second bar of life now. I can lower this a bit. Alright, so Mindless still has the life lead here, gonna gold shield to get away from the Big Bang Bell. Try and keep some meter for themselves. Gold shield need to be popped out there. Goo Virus trying to get a quick hyper out, and it is going to lead to a sizable combo here. So Mindless not going to gold shield, gonna just keep the meter. Knows they have the life lead, knows they have the heat lead. So Goo Virus on a lot of pressure to try and get in and make a combo happen. Because anytime they mess up, it's going to be just a bit closer to their winner's side life. Alright, gonna be a nice gold shield to try and get in, but not gonna be enough. Mindless still has Vera to spare on the defensive side. Oh, gonna get some hits in there, so gold shield having to be popped by Mindless, chipping away at that meter. Has to dodge all these searchlights. Goo Virus is doing a good job of sticking around and keeping this pressure up, but one mistake, it could do it, and that is that. So Mindless is going to take out Goo Virus, I believe, 3-2. Very tight set on the other end of this lobby. Alright, let's see how everything else is flushing out. I believe we're still waiting for a few more matches. Alright, this was 3-0. So we have Mr. L winning on the other bracket, side of the bracket. Interesting. Alright. We wait for our matches. I'm gonna wait a little bit for these last few matches to finish up. We still have some Lobby 2 matches going on between Mean Boy and Lone Prayer and Grimface versus Gabe-Reno. And then we'll probably figure out what we want to do for round 2. And we'll probably stream another winner's side on that round. Okay. Let's see who we want to stream. Okay. What do we have open? Okay, I'm gonna start assigning some. Feel free to let me know how things are going. Ooh, so YXC could be a bracket buster here. Uh-oh. Oh dear. They play a lot. Unfortunately, I don't have knowledge on everybody, because not everyone has played in tournaments recently. We have a lot of new faces around, so it should be fun. These things do happen, I suppose. We can sign a few more. Let's actually have them play then. I was thinking about doing another one, but let's see it. Let's see Push take on YZX, and we'll keep you guys in the action. All right. So Push is our heaviest hitter of the tournament. YZX appears to be a Chinese player, someone newer, so alright, we'll work on that later. Alright, so we have Hime versus Nath here. Push could play just about anybody, so it'll be an interesting set. Alright, so we're gonna have the evolution for Push already. So that's really the point of Nath. You want to evolve and get stronger with your meter. So you have 3 levels. You're currently there in tier 2. While YZX is kind of playing a more patient game, I guess. But this allows Push to build up that meter. I'm not sure if they're on level 3 yet. I don't think they are. Gonna dodge command grab, so just keep it away. Here we have the level 3, so you have tier 3 Nath on the field. But YZX gonna find a bit of punishment onto Push there. So this could be a tight set currently, but gonna see Push to finally put some of that Nath laser to work. But YZX can bounce right back. Both these characters have a full screen laser on a normal, so they can kind of punish each other from whenever as soon as they see a projectile be thrown out. Gonna dodge the hyper, so some good movement and patience from Push, but it's gonna get caught in the command grab there. Does not have gold shield to pop out of there. So we see YZX with a pretty sizable lead right now, but gonna be loose more meter, and that confirm is going to get a lot of damage onto YZX. It almost evens up the match right there. And Push has a slight lead now. So Nath is very dangerous from any part of the screen. Gonna have the gold shield there to get out of YZX's meter. So this is definitely looking like a tight game right now. Both players do not have gold shield yet. Now both of them have a full bar of meter technically, but YZX going to use on the hyper, and that could be a mistake. That's a lot of damage on the return end, but now neither has defense ready. They're going to have to build up again more. Gonna get caught into the melee range. Push gonna navigate their way out of there. Needs to try and stay away from Hime. Make sure that they are not punished by the command grabs. That combo could kill them at this point. Gonna try and just poke away with these long range beams. Each of them waiting for an opportunity to get more damage out. One more bar of meter. We're gonna see some meters thrown out, but not gonna have enough time. YZX gonna get sniped down, and Push is going to take game 1. All right. go. So they're gonna run back same matchup. So it is just like a kind of an interesting matchup here. You don't really get to see that many different matchups because generally we have smaller tournaments with a lot of the players playing the same characters. So usually on the higher end is where we see more differentiation, especially with Bush, who can play just about anybody they want. Ooh, nice combo from YXZ. My bad. I could say YZX, YXZ, but only gonna be a marginal amount of damage while they are playing pretty offensively with their meter, but it's been costing them quite a bit. I mean, anytime Bush is able to find a snipe, it's doing massive amounts of damage to YXZ. And they are not having the defense to beat it out. Just trying to find a way in, but gonna get consistently sniped by these lasers. Gonna get a bit of damage back, but does not have a lot of meter. Has to find a way in, and is going to get silenced with that meter there, the command grab super. So Bush is up 2-0, has a commanding lead now. But YZX has been fighting pretty valiantly here. Bush is no joke. This is a tough player to play against. Very good fundies in this game, so we'll see if they can try and steal a game here. We'll see what happens now. Looks like we could be, well, we don't know. I mean, YXZ could change characters, but they are sticking with Hime. We'll see if they can get some more momentum out here. The thing about Nath is you want to try and get life lead early, try and force them to use defensive meter, prevent them from building up, because if Nath builds up to tier 3 pretty quickly, she can become a very oppressive character. It's kind of the weakness. You want to deal with the early game before she can build up the 2 bars needed to get to full tiers. Gonna just aggressively try and use meter, but I guess Nath's super to tier up gives some invisibility, so it's actually gonna dodge YXZ's hyper there, but I'm gonna get some more meter out there to try and get with the command grab taken. Playing pretty aggressively with the half meter and has a solid lead onto Bush right now. Alright, so Bush is able to stand ground on the other side of the screen right now. Not where YXZ wants to be. They want to be in the mid-screen with Hime, have the possibility to start in a command grab, looking to try and get in, but gonna get immediately stopped by Bush. And Bush is taking full command of the screen right now. YXZ trying to find an answer to get in and get some combos off, but Bush hanging on to the meter. It is up to YXZ to find a way in with half meter with supers, but not able to find it, and that will do it. 3-0 for Bush as they move on to winners round 3. All right, things are moving fairly quickly, as this game does, but quickly means it's moving smoothly, so that's about as much as we can ask for. Right. Let me make some more assignments. What do we got here? Alright, what do we got? So let me assign some lobby 2s. see where we are at. Okay, this one needs to be started. That's good. We do that. Alright, a few more we gotta do. Okay, we're on to round 3. Let's see. Alright, round 3 we don't need to stream everything, so these guys can start whenever they're ready. As for stream, let's see. Okay. Alright. Everyone is ready. So we're going to be playing on to round 3. We're going to have Walla versus Sora Fan. Possibly a Sora mirror, possibly not. Okay. Hope my message is shown because your friends are watching. Don't worry, Gabe. I'll get you at least once. I'll probably stream you next, actually. Yeah, I think it makes sense to stream you next, to be honest. So give round 4 a bit of a break between. Versus Sora Fan on stream. You may start. Never realized how many games Walla had. Walla's going Kyoko today. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so Sora versus Kyoko is a little interesting because Sora has lots of ways to break through, but Kyoko's a very defensive character, so a character that kind of needs to rush down versus a character that wants to keep away from rush down. Walla kind of needs to find a way to set up here and just close off all these entryways for Sora Fan, but as a result is staying at pretty high heat as they try and set up here, but getting good damage onto Sora Fan right now, so playing fairly mix of offense and defense, but that's it. Like a few hits and you're done against Sora. So you got to be really, really careful. Matches against Sora can end very quickly if you're at a high heat. She has a lot of cold damage with her rushdown, so you really want to keep away and establish early because that is Sora may be one of the best early game characters in the game in terms of just getting in, dealing damage before heat goes up. Can be very oppressive if done right. I'm just gonna swap these real quick. Alright. Gonna a bit of jitteriness, so don't mind that. But yeah, Sora doing her thing so far, Walla not finding angle, and I think that's a perfect. Oh boy. Sora Fan with the perfect, taking out Walla's Kyoko. This is going very, very quickly. Though to be fair, we do have quite a stark difference between our super top players and our good players here, so it is quite difficult. It can be quite difficult to keep up sometimes, especially with money on the line, technically. But yeah, we'll see if Walla can establish something with their Kyoko. I have actually not seen their Kyoko before. They tend to play either Sora or Kay, so Kyoko is quite a bit of a difference. But finding some momentum here to start off, but having to stay at this high heat can be very dangerous because Sora Fan can get back in with just a few touches. Just like that, the health is about even. So Walla kind of has to be pretty perfect here. That has a lot of meter to play with, so this is a good start for Walla. Needs to try and slow down and get the heat lower, but just staying pretty aggressive here. And looking for ways to just keep Thorfan away. Thorfan not having a lot of meter to play with right now, so it should be fairly interesting to see if Walla can keep this up. My OBS is kind of bugging me because it's saying that I'm not live and I am. But anyway. So Walla is keeping up this momentum so far. Thorfan almost onto the left bar of life. Playing very well so far, but just a few mistakes can end the game pretty quickly. I mean, they're already dead almost. Having used that out, Thorfan just waits, and that's how quickly it could all fall apart. That's why you need to find gaps in this to lower your heat, because as soon as Thorfan finds a comma, the game just ends immediately. So valiant effort from Walla, but Thorfan's going to take this 3-0. See if I can lower this a little bit. All right. Thorfan 3-0 over Walla. Let me go assign more matches. All right. Let's see. So everyone is assigned properly. The glitch in Meanjoy ever start? Never mind. Okay. That match is starting. Okay. Give me one moment. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Give me like another minute. We'll take a minute break, and we'll be right here. Sorry. Alright, so we're gonna have Glitch versus Gabarino. I'm gonna be adjusted very quickly, don't worry. Anyway, I'm just gonna loop. Perfect. Alright. see. Can anyone else be assigned? No. Let me just check on this. Good. Alright, Glitch versus Gabby. Can start. Okay. Alright. The Milky fan seems to be Gabarino. So I guess they changed the name recently. Anyway. So Glitch is Girly Yowie. Yo, I'm gonna just swap it just to make it easier for you guys to tell who's who, but things swap around pretty quickly in this game, so yeah. Alright, so we have Starbreaker versus Sumika. So we do not have that many Starbreaker players anymore, so interested to see Gabarino come back for this tournament. And Glitch is gonna do as Glitch normally does versus Sumika, but neither player has really touched each other just yet. So not a lot of momentum, just some meter builds so far. Glitch trying to play some keep away. Starbreaker is more of a mid-range character. He wants to snipe you down with bombs or lasers, then go in with the melee combo. While Sumika's more of a keep away, just range punish character. It is sitting on full bar meter, so we could see Gabarino try something soon. Sitting at the high heat though, so Glitch sitting nice and pretty with pretty much zeros on the board for the defensive Diva. Kind of just playing full screen keep away. Third of the match has passed and we've not seen anyone on their second bar just yet. Fair life lead for Glitch, but Gabarino just sitting on all that meter, waiting for the right moment. We'll see what they do with it. I don't actually even know what Starbreaker's Cell Hyper does, level 3. But starting to use the meter there. Now that they're in the melee range, get some damage off, but it is going to be a trade, which is great for Glitch. Gabarino's going to have to lay off a bit and try and build that meter back up, while Glitch is able to start building some of their own meter to play defense when needed again. Oh, there's the Cell Hyper, but it's gonna whip. The big laser whips. That's gonna be a disaster. It gets into the barrel. Big combo coming out for Glitch. Gabarino's in a lot of trouble now, sitting at this high heat. Glitch is not phased at all, having full bar of health, full zero heat right now. We will see if Gabarino can claw their way back into it, but they don't have a lot of time to do it. The laser's going to snipe them down, and Glitch is going to get out of it with a commanding 1-0 lead right now during that match. I shouldn't say 1-0 commanding. I meant to say like the game was, I guess. Alright, they're right back into it. So we see Glitch is up 1-0. I'm just going to keep switching because they are differing from their actual names, so don't mind me. Alright, same matchup again. We'll see what Glitch does. They could just run the same, and Gabarino does, they could just run the same game plan here. Try and find a better use of that Cell Hyper. See if they can make something happen with the meter more. Right now, they're both playing pretty defensively so far. Starbreaker's gonna just want to find that one opportunity, because if you miss your aggressive moment, you could get taken down by Sumika pretty quickly, especially if you get hit by the barrel. One of the most dangerous projectiles in the game. It basically leads to full combo. But we're seeing a lot of meter build for Gabarino, so slight advantage for them right now. full meter is returned. Gonna just whip use the cell hyper right away, but I believe Glitch was ready and shielded immediately. Beats out the mind game, but now neither player has taken much damage, so we're kind of back to a neutral slate again. Glitch Gabarino gonna be taken to the second bar now. Right now, Glitch still in control, trying to force Gabarino to do something. Gonna get in the melee range, gonna force the gold shield out as Glitch has to run away. But Gabarino is chipping away at their health here and there, so we'll see if they can keep it up. This is a slow defensive battle we have going on. Gold shield used there to try and break further combo. Both players sitting on a lot of meter for a lot of the game, so we're gonna see a lot of bursts of like small offense while a lot of this defensive projectile just being thrown onto the field. I'm gonna use a hyper there, but it's gonna whiff. You could see Gabarino play for another cell hyper. Kind of rare to see too. Not a lot of characters just want to use their meter for smaller hypers and combos, get the damage off, but Gabarino doesn't seem to be wanting to utilize just regular level 1 hypers. Try and use the beam to play along with the long range of Sumika. You're gonna see the bomb start chipping away. I have to brought in the final minute, so we could be talking about timeout soon if this all continues. Glitch does have the lead, so Gabarino is going to have to start feeling the pressure here to make something happen and find a life lead, because if they don't, they are running out of time. 40 seconds remaining on the clock, and Glitch is utilizing that perfectly to find mistakes in Gabarino's play, trying to force them to make something happen, but very difficult. Mika can play defense very well here. So 20 seconds on the clock just coming up. 2 full bars of health left for Glitch. Gabarino's gonna need to make something happen real quick. Trying to play aggressive here, getting stuffed out. 15 seconds left. Can they make something happen? Glitch only has 1 bar of meter left, so we could see 10 seconds. 7, 6. Gabarino has to make something happen right now. Playing defensively. Glitch gonna stay on the other side of the screen, and that should do it. Outlasts Gabarino, playing very defensively, able to just stuff Starbreaker any opportunity. Glitch is up 2-0. And we'll see how Gabarino assesses. They're swapping a rematch. All right. Alright, so big chunk of damage right away for Glitch. That's very nice here in this more defensive-oriented battle. Any kind of health lead has proven very impressive so far, as they can just play defense and avoid Starbreaker's less commanding attacks. Starbreaker doesn't really have a lot of like zoning capabilities, at least compared to a lot of the characters in this game for long range, but gonna find some melee range there. Force a bit of meter out of Glitch, but trying to find a way in. Gonna get most of that hyper taken before they can gold shield, but Gabarino and Glitch doesn't have a lot of meter here to play with, so Gabarino could try and take advantage, make something happen, and burn a lot of that defensive bar. Glitch is throwing out some beam supers here and there, which is using up some meter, but they have barely taken a scratch so far. Gonna find an angle there, get a gold shield, very nice. Has the meter lead for Gabarino. Gonna have the gold shield there. Get it out of that. Get it out of those feathers. Has Glitch cornered right now. The opportunity for some damage. Gets the heat debuff onto Glitch. Starbreaker can force heat onto the opponent, as Glitch has been kind of sitting at under 100 for most of the set so far, but has the commanding life lead still. Gonna get caught in the barrel, has the gold shield out of that, but still taking a big chunk from the explosion, and that is another bar just taken away from Gabarino on their final winner's sock bar. Gonna have to avoid the barrel there. Gets caught anyway, lingers too long, that will do it. Glitch takes it over 3-0 over Gabarino. Very commanding defensive presence. Glitch, very well played. He takes it 3-0. Rusty as hell. No. That's okay, it's okay. Listen, we're bringing a lot of people out of the rafters for this one. So our top 4 is relatively as expected. We'll let losers catch up a bit. Winners were a little. Let me get. Let's head to. Hold on a second. All right, we got a lot of lobbies ready. Let's see, who have we not shown off yet? Let's get a losers round on this. Let me get what's his name on here? They're Mean Boy. This stream. Okay, so we have Mymore and Maddie. You guys can be over here. And then let me mix up a few more things. Let's get, okay. Okay. Oh shit, they started. No. Okay. Alright, we picked it up. Alright. So we got Story Grim Face versus MLG Mean Boy out and losers. Get a bit of a break, get some more people on stream, give them more chance to show off. Losers round 2, I believe it is. Yep, this is round 2. So we're gonna be seeing Saguri versus oh my god, I'm fucking blanking here, my bad. Nanako. Sorry, fake fan. Actually, I know that. Tournament's going good. It's actually going pretty smooth. I'll repost the link if you want to check it out. Let me grab that real quick. Actually, it's on YouTube side. If you're on YouTube, you can just, since you're over there, you just see the description. Anyway, pretty even battle so far. Neither player is on their second bar of life so far. It is. Those blade beam tappings from Grimface. Getting a nice combo there, forcing the goal to get out from Mean Boy. So Nanako is more of a stoner character. Tries to establish with her bits, using there because I have to say there for all the players. But sitting on a style hyper, so has that as an option, or could just sit on the meter and play defensively and force Grimface to try and make a presence in the midfield as Saguri wants to do. But finally, just like go face to face with Saguri is just not caring, able to just dash out of that. And Grimface has basically no meter to play with, trying to half field to make something happen. But this could be pretty advantageous for Mean Boy. Grimface doesn't have a lot of heat on them just yet, but could be forced to dash around if Nanako can make something happen. Getting a lot of chip damage off, but 60 seconds left, so a minute remaining. Getting some nice chip onto Grimface. As I said, the meter is mattering a lot. It allows Mean Boy to have a lot of pressure, just like to kind of just scare Grimface into thinking of Cell Hypers coming out, or just like keep them on their toes. Yeah, so it's gonna be regular hyper there, get some bit of nice chip onto Grimface, but Grimface being forced to dash around a bit and take some of that, build up some heat as they do that. So both players kind of playing at full screen, but that is not where Grimface wants to be as Saguri. Mean Boy is able to just kind of sit nicely and force a lot of pressure out. That's 20 seconds remaining on the clock. A timeout could be happening. Grimface has to make something happen, but Mean Boy is sitting on all of that. It looks like there was a bit of a desync, so we'll have to... Alright, so we'll have to see how that went if we desynced. I think I was desynced. Well, I was desynced, so I'm thinking Grimface won. Not Grimface, yeah, Grimface won. Okay, so Grimface did end up taking that. So everything we just saw, that might have not been real. That's how desyncs happen. Sometimes it's just not real. We did join a bit late, but it looks like the match went properly, went smoothly, so we'll have to assess more thoroughly. As hopefully it's not desync this time. We'll get to see what actually happens between these two players. We are getting some stuttering here, so maybe it could be our connection to them. But we'll just have to assume what we see. As long as players aren't having a problem, that's fine. Alright. Decent melee combo from Grimface to even up that the match right now. The thing is, some of these zoner characters like Nanako, when you're up close on them, they don't have a lot they can do to get you off aside from waiting for shields. So it's kind of like they have a big advantage when they're full screen, but obviously with most zoners in fighting games, get in on them and they are not keen for defensive options. But you have the universal, so similar to situations we moved for, you have Grimface with the life lead, but not the meter lead. But Mean Boy is hitting at high heat, so hits will do a lot of damage. If Grimface can find a way in, evens up the meter score, so Grimface is in advantage right now. Check on Alright. It's not much to say, it's just kind of playing out as intended. Mean Boy on their final health bar. But has meter to play with again, so has to try and utilize this into some kind of advantage, but not able to do so. And Grimface is looking to find a way to close this out. One more way in should do it. Less gold shield expended from Mean Boy. Grimface just needs a few more hits. And that laser is going to do it. So Grimface goes up 2-0 with Saguri. Alright, we're on to game 3. So after this, we'll return 2 winners, round 4. I might stream both those matches. I think we'll stream rest of winners from here pretty much. And then we'll jump to losers. I think that's how we'll run it. So we're giving some time for losers to catch up a little bit. Alright, so we see Mean Boy on Alte now. So Alte has... Honestly, I think Alte is just a better character. Has a lot of... Still has a lot of full screen pressure, but does have the mid-screen options as well with the melee combo, the machine gun, a lot of lockdown in Alte's kit. The classic machine gun to anchor combo, but Grimface is hanging in there. Hasn't been hit too thoroughly just yet, so able to find ways to pressure Mean Boy back. and keep this game relatively even. Dodging around that, looking for an opening while Mean Boy's at high heat, and it's going to find it. Gold Shield coming out late, so big damage onto Mean Boy. Has that Searchlight available, but it's not providing as much of a shield as they probably hoped. But no meter for Grimface means they're taking all that damage back. Alright, big combo out for Grimface. Big damage on the Mean Boy with that high heat. Gonna get caught by the laser, and Grimface is looking to close this out now. Just needs to find another touch or two. Got a nice half shield to get around Mean Boy's offense there, but out of meter, Mean Boy has a chance to set up here and try and make something happen. Half shields are being expended, not able to land the anchor. Mean Boy needs to take advantage before Grimface has too much meter. Grimface utilizing to try and find a way in and close this out, but maybe playing a bit too aggressive here. Just needs to calm down and get that meter built, but Mean Boy is able to hang on here so far. Has a bit of health left, is using the shield in, but Mean Boy tries to go in with the half shield missile. And is going to get easily half shielded reacted by Grimface, and that will do it. So Grimface is going to move on 3-0, and will be in losers round 3. All right. Let me catch up on the rest of the matches. All right. So let me refresh here. Lobby 1. Okay, let me get those two going. And we will have Fush versus Glitch. You can see all the heavy hitters now. So we got Push versus Glitch, and then after we will see Triple versus Swordfan. Getting ready for winners round 4 as we get deep into this tournament. All right, properly directed, and we'll see versus Glitch and start, and I'll tell the other two to stand by lobby 1. Okay, good. Interesting. So we see Bush on the Kyoko against Samika. Very interesting choice, to be honest. I wonder what they know. They're much better than me, so I'm sure they have their answers. But right now, Glitch staying defensively, using the Beast Balls to try and rain down with Kyoko staying on the bottom of the map. Some characters will have moves like that, where if you're on the bottom of the map, they can just crush from above with them. I believe Samika and Spocky both have moves like that. A Ring of Ice is placed out for that defensive presence to block a lot of projectiles, and Glitch is getting chipped out and has a significant meter deficit here, so Glitch is making it work. Having this screen pressure is kind of limiting where Glitch can go. Trying to lock them in a certain part of the map. But a Beam Super is going to do some nice damage for Push, but holding firm with the meter, and it's going to use those lasers to just get some nice chip damage onto Glitch. I should definitely reverse these because we are also not there to regular things. Anyway. So, about halfway through the match, neither player is taking substantial bad damage, but first bar of health is taken away, and Glitch is going to take a nice chunk of damage there from the super. Super's exchange. Gold Shield comes out a bit late, still going to get some nice damage from Glitch on the push there. But just all these ballistics that Kyoka put on the screen, it's going to block projectiles too, so it's really stuffing Glitch's options here, and Glitch is kind of on the pressure to make something happen, which is very difficult for Samika as a zoning character. So Glitch actually using Kyoka to counter the zone. Has that other super to just stuff melee options, stuff range options, and it's looking pretty commanding from Push. Barrel tries to use the barrel there, but it's not going to land. Gets some nice damage back. So Glitch is fighting back a little bit, but all right. So some significant damage taken from Push is taking significant damage from this chip from Glitch, but not a lot of time left to work with. So Push doesn't have a lot of pressure to force something. So it's really on Glitch just try and find a way to get a lot of damage onto a full meter Kyoko pretty much. Oh, gets the barrel there, force the gold shield, so Glitch could make something happen. Has a bit of life left, but 10 seconds remaining. 2 bars of meter is going to get chipped out. Push is going to take game 1. Alright, so this is not what I expected at all. I've never seen Push's Kyoko before, but it's looking really nice. Glitch, you don't actually have to say anything at all if you're listening. Loser just doesn't have to announce. Only winner has to. Anyway, gonna see them go with the run back. I'm not sure if Glitch plays other characters. I believe they do. I'm not sure. If they do, I haven't seen it for a while. But I believe they are a Samika main. But yeah, even though staying at this closer range, getting a lot of damage taken. But some nice hit back from Glitch, so it's not too bad. It's a decent deficit. Gonna get a barrel there, so Glitch finding a lot more pressure, trying to be more aggressive here onto Kyoko, and it's working out so far. Already has more damage in 10 seconds than they dealt the entire first game. Thinking about that. That's crazy. Alright, goes to the expended. Glitch has the lead. Glitch using some bar to try and get some damage back, but it's starting to build up here. Glitch needs to find a way to get aggressive again. Get this aggressive angle. Glitch kind of just sitting there with the crystals. So the reason ballistics are really nice because it kind of blocks a lot of... Ballistics are a bit tougher than lasers. Lasers can be dashed through, they're typically faster, but they break the ballistics. While ballistics are a bit more meaty. But anyway, neither player has a significant lead just yet. Still fairly close match, but fairly more aggressive overall. Health is being exchanged on both sides. Meter supers are coming out. Push tries to double super there. Gets a little bit of damage. Not as much as they probably hoped. But Glitch is sitting at very high heat now, so they're in a bit of trouble. Has to dance around this very nicely. Gets around the super, but still at a bit of a meter deficit. It's going to need to start playing aggressive again. Gets a gold shield, which is a start, but these little chip aways, every bit of chip doing a lot of damage here. Running out of life very soon, and it's going to run into those ballistics and get chipped out. Push is up 2-0 now. And they're both going to try and run it back one more time. Alright. So, trying the same approach to somewhat last game. Glitch is staying at the relative mid-screen. But both players kind of at even life here right now. Ring of Ice is coming out here. So a lot of defensive presence from Push right now. A lot of stuff on the screen. Glitch can only has that corner to really stick around in, but is gonna stick around nicely. But Push has a lot of meter to play with, so we're gonna start playing a bit aggressive and get that damage chip onto Glitch. Glitch kind of struggling to find momentum here. Is getting taken down to the final bar. Really trying to make something happen here, but Push doesn't have no pressure to get that meter off. It's gonna take the damage and try and stick with the meter lead, but I feel like that's kind of worth it for Glitch. Can just try and dodge around the meter and get back in this game, and is doing a good job of it so far. So Glitch taking a lot of damage here, but damage immediately taken back by Glitch. But that's a big chunk of damage. This could be a kill. It's gonna get caught by the barrel without any meter, and Glitch is gonna steal a game here from Push. Very nice comeback, as it was looking like they didn't have a lot of momentum there. They are able to steal one and get back into the series. Very nicely done, finding the opening. Pretty much perfect. Barrel, when Push has high heat, no meter. Maybe got a little too comfortable there, so gonna need to find to get the oppressive momentum back. And so far is doing it. Glitch taking a lot of damage, stuck at high heat. And it's looking pretty commanding from Push right now. Glitch is taking so much shit damage from projectiles and supers. Ooh, big, all that full ballistics. Going to find Glitch. Glitch is playing a bit too aggressively here. Losing their defensive presence, and Push is looking to take this cleanly. Gonna whiff on the super there, but has more meter to play with. Glitch on their final life already. We'll see if Push can close it out. Just another hit will do it. Gets the melee super. Very hard to react to that. And Push is going to shut that down and win 3-1. All right. So now we're going to be going on to Sora versus Sora Fan versus Triple. I believe it's Triple the Fox, right? I'll just do Triple. It's easier. Okay. So this should be a Sora mirror match, which are always a lot of fun. Both these characters, in the mirror match, the characters kind of just go into this chess match of just finding a rushdown opening. So a very fun matchup. Let me assign the station. All right. So double Sora is there. One is in the military outfit, so you're gonna have to use that to differentiate the two. But yeah, so Triple's in the military outfit. Sora Fan is the favorite here, but probably went by a little bit. Triple has not been playing as much recently, but it's still fresh as ever. I mean, Sora Fan, Sora is just lunge loops. You got you got your little flowchart there, so just gotta get back into it. Get the missiles out, get the lasers out. Gonna find an opening there. Shield coming out. Triple, very low health, but a combo can get them back into it. Has to play very carefully here. Has about a pixel left, not much more to play with. Gonna get sniped down by the laser. Swordfan takes it, and it's gonna go up 1-0. Wait, did I delete? Oops. I deleted the wrong part. There we go. Alright, so neither player looking for the aggressive opening. They're gonna just shy away. What is interesting is that the missiles are the same color, so it is pretty hard to tell whose missiles are what. You gotta look at the directions there if they gone around. Let me fix that up. Alright, so both of them playing, dancing around pretty well here so far. Ooh, gets a nice half shield off, but it's gonna get countered. Shields are exchanged, dancing around each other, looking for an opening, not gonna find it, so back to neutral, but Swordfan gonna find a way in, gets a nice pickup from the missiles, that's big damage. But Triple not ready to bow down just yet. Actually goes for the reset, gets a nice reset out there, even if there aren't really resets in this game, because it's no damage scaling, but nice pickup with the super, gonna get them back into it. Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. I kind of just use they because it's just easier to differentiate each player just saying they. I'll do my best though. Anyway, Swordfan gonna find a nice little lunge onto Triple. Triple gonna find their own back, force the shield out. Half shields exchanged, nothing found for either. Gonna take some lasers. Swordfan taking a bit of poke there, but this health is this health difference is pretty negligible at this point. Gonna use a half shield there, not find anything, but gonna whip on the super. Triple could be trouble. Has to play a bit of runaway now. Neither player has shields to play with. Swordfan has a half shield back. Half shields are back on both sides, but Swordfan has a slight meter lead. Yep. Swordfan has the gold shield here. It gets stricken first, but gonna look for the hyper. Swordfan with the counter hyper, and is going to get the confirm onto Triple and go up 2-0. As I was mentioning, Sword games can go very quickly, but these two players are about the pinnacle of Sora. Alright. Thought I messed that up real quick. Alright, we're back. So, Swordfan gonna find the early game, gets a nice bar of health out of Triple, finding more confirms. Health left, gets to find another one. So Swordfan playing pretty cleanly. Triple is not going down without a fight though. Can definitely still get back into this despite the massive health difference. Sora is a character that plays off momentum. Has meter to play with too, so Swordfan still has a bit of pressure to try and make something happen. The missiles are finding their mark, so Triple able to get whittle away at the health bar. Gets even more with that shield. Could be ready to do it. Has a lot of meter to play with. Has to keep countering Swordfan, but another hit will do it. So has to be very careful waiting with these lunge mind games, daring Swordfan to do something. Ooh. This is very tricky. This is very tricky. Triple does not have enough health to play with. Has to be perfect with these shields. Gets one out. They're just dashing around each other doing nothing sometimes. It's very scary. The mind games are crazy here. These players are very precise with these dashes. We'll see if one of them can land something. Oh, it looks for the lunge. Does not get it. Swordfan able to punish that and is going to take in a sweep. Well played. Well played. A lot of mind games in that one. That is a tricky one. Wow. Alright, I think we'll stream the rest as soon as YXC versus Mr. L finishes. Actually, what? I know what I'm gonna do. Nah, you know what? We'll stream the rest. I will grab some water as we await the result of Mr. L and YXZ. Be right back. Thank you for the lurk. All right. In that case, we will start triple versus Gabarino. And this is losers round 5. These should be the last best of 5s, I believe. Triple versus Gabarino. All right. So this is, so I think top eight is decided. So this is for loser of this will get 5th place. All right, so this is the more aggressive matchup here. Obviously, we've seen what Sora can do already. Getting a nice combo onto Gabarino, and it's looking dire already. 2 more hits will do it, but Gabarino has to find ways to keep stuffing out triple. That's kind of what Starbringer wants to do, just like counter melee, to keep the heat up, get these little melee touches out, and keep doing that. Blast them into the zone, try and force Sora into bombs. Gets a nice hit there. Triple does not have gold shield, so has to eat these hits unless they want to expend a half shield, but you kind of want to hold this meter for when you find offensive options to go in. Alright, so both players kind of just dancing around, waiting for an opportune moment. But a lot of meter on Gabarino's side as well. So force the gold shit out, Triple gets hit by a bomb there, and the match is even now. So Triple needs to make something happen. Needs to find a way to threaten Gabarino, but meter weapon is not going to do it. Pass the gold sheet here, and now Gabarino should be able to take it with the meter advantage. So going to outplay Triple in the meter battle and go up 1-0. Alright, YXC defeated Mr. L, so they are the other 5th place match. Alright, solid early start from Triple again, but it's going to get taken down, but the nice half shield to get back in, but going to get countered by Gabarino. Just both players exchanging half shields. Gets a lot of damage outplaying the half shield, and it's going to take out Gabarino very quickly. So, exactly what Sora wants to see. Just force all that momentum out, keep playing around the shields every time they come up, and if you outplay properly, Sora will delete your health bar right away. So, Triple with a very quick comeback. Yeah, very classic Triple round if you have been seeing them for a while, seeing how she plays. She hasn't been around lately, but she is back for the prize pool tournament. As is Gabarino. Gabarino has not been around much either, so both these players making a comeback here. Lunge loops, man, keeps coming back. That's what Sora can do, just keep chaining those lunges together. And Gabarino, very reminiscent of Game 2, is down to the final bar of health. Gonna have to be pretty perfect from now on if they want to try and steal the game back. No more half shields, so Triple can just try and find a way to build meter and just get a hit in. But so far, not able to do so. Gabarino getting chased around the map, but dealing some chip damage as they go. So, still a bit of fight left in Gabarino. Can theoretically bring this back, but Triple needs to just find one opening, and that'll seal the game. These two are bitter rivals in the lore, so we'll see if good can prevail. We'll see if Triple stays on the offensive, just looking for the hit in, because they're taking a lot of damage. He's getting chipped out. Has to be careful now, and is going to find that one hit finally, and it'll finally do it and take game 3. So got very dicey there, but Triple able to navigate around Gabarino just enough to get the final hit in before Gabarino can bring it all the way back. Okay. I've been a render delay the whole time. Oops. Okay, anyway. Alright, so both players taking a lot of damage there. Gabarino gonna find a way to escape from Triple and actually get some damage out themselves. So Gabe's hanging in there. Gets a big hit onto him. Gets a big super. Triple has barely any life left now. But a few more hits can do it from either angle. Gets another lunge loop out. The shield's gonna come out. And Gabarino's gonna survive the onslaught and take out Triple very quickly. We're seeing some very quick and aggressive matches between these two. And we're gonna see game 5 for their tourney life. Very interesting set here we have. This is a fun one. Very chaotic, very aggressive, as expected from this kind of matchup. Alright, missile's gonna land their mark, gonna get the half shot out from Gabarino, but these missiles are just bullying them. Triple not able to capitalize, however, and find a combo just yet, but gonna use that to set up a shield outplay, force more meter out of Gabarino, get some damage out as well. Not a huge conversion by Sora standards, but good enough for now. Alright, laser set up from Gabarino. This is going to land, but Triple's out of meter, so Gabarino has defensive affordability right now. Plays around the half shield from Triple. Triple just looking for an angle. It's like a hungry shark here, who's waiting to take a bite. Let's see if she finds something here. Meanwhile, Gabe on the other end, trying to stick away, trying to stay at full screen to stay away from Triple, but it allows Triple to go in without a lot of heat. And you kind of want to set up heat. You want to be able to burn her. You want to get the burnout, force heat from Triple. Really make sure that any punish you do get is maximized, because Triple is not going to leave you a lot of openings if they're on the groove. Gabe finally getting back into things. Gonna get a big super there. That's gonna deal a lot of damage. Triple has to be careful now, but has room to find an angle in. Fields are exchanged. Meter is about even. Both these players have to play very carefully at this point. Any misstep can result in a kill. Triple looking to find the mark, waiting for the hash deal, but Gabe going to defend itself very nicely there. Missile's going to find their mark, but the bombs on the other end are going to obliterate Triple, and Gabarino's going to take it. That did about over a bar of health, all those bombs. And Triple going to get stuck in the other end, and Gabarino is going to pull it off. And a nice game 5. Very unexpected ending right there with the bombs. I didn't even realize how much damage this was going to do with full heat. Oops, I misreported that. Hold on. All right. Very nicely played. So Glitch versus YXC on the other end. And start. Alright, let me reset this. Alright. That's for the people. Very well played by both players. Alright, so YXC still in it here. Bracket Buster of the tournament, taking on Glitch. Alright, so both players kind of dancing around pretty quickly. Neither has taken substantial damage so far. Slight meter lead for YXC, but Glitch has likely there. Both hypers gonna whiff. So actually gonna find a way around all those hypers and get onto Glitch. The meters are exchanged, but the feathers are gonna land the mark. The barrel is not though, but the lockdown, the heat, a lot of damage taken from YXC by YXC. So Glitch has a sizable lead here. All these feathers very oppressive. YXC on a sliver of health now. See if Glitch can close this out. And the feathers are gonna find their mark. So Glitch goes up 1-0. Why are you restricted? I don't know why you're restricted. Let me see if I can unrestrict you. All right, there we go. Gabe, you were not. You were restricted for some reason with typing. I don't know why. I think it's fixed now. But anyway, back to the match. More of the same from last time. Glitch taking a small lead to start off. We actually see YXC on the Sora this time, so trying to find a more aggressive angle. Yeah, now you hear game. So now what you type will be seen. But yeah, so Sora versus Tamika can be difficult sometimes because you really need to be on your game, because if Tamika gets momentum on the other end, you get stopped out a lot. But so far, fairly even. Looking to find an angle. YXC has not found something substantial just yet, and it has to sit at a lot of heat to avoid these feathers. Alright, big super going to land. YXC holding onto the meter because they know they're going to need it to get a way in or dodge the barrels just like that. Does not want to get death sentence here. but Glitch is taking a commanding lead. It's gonna whip the meter super, but still has plenty of game to play. YXZ trying to go all in, does not find an angle, and they could be in trouble here. Goldfield gonna block them out properly. Meter going to land, but it's gonna counter super, not able to dash out in time, so Glitch is going up 2-0. I feel the same way, Gabe. We love one-tricking. We love one-tricking. That's how I got started. Anyway. Thor on the run back. YXZ looking for an angle. Gonna be dancing around, but not able to find anything on their end. Bullshit expended to try and find an opening, but only gets met with a half shield. Barrel out, able to dodge it, but not able to get momentum just yet. YXZ just trying to find their footing against Glitch's Samika. It's very hard to get around all the feathers, but we'll see if they can figure out something, figure out some kind of breakthrough. Because Glitch's defense has been fairly impressive so far. Gonna be at full meter soon, could just start throwing out some beams they want. Actually uses a hyper to defend against all those missiles, so slight meter lead for YXZ, but Sora's meter build, meter gain is one of her main weaknesses, so just because you have a meter lead does not mean you're going to outpace Samika. You can just keep throwing out projectiles. But utilizing has a meter advantage, can find something here, but misses the opportunity. So now Glitch is going to take another substantial lead. I actually have my own Sora plushie right next to me. There we go. Nice. Alright, finds a way in towards the gold shield. Here we go. Some momentum for YXZ. Not able to find enough, though. Glitch is going to defend out, but YXZ still has a bit of time to make something happen. But the feathers are going to force the gold shield out. Going to get stuck. Going to dodge the super. So Glitch doesn't have meter to play with, but has a lot of health. YXZ onto just a sliver left of their turning life. Looking to make something happen, but just getting stuck out at every angle. Glitch proving to be very oppressive in their mannerism. Even when they do get hit, it's just not enough. Looks for a hyper there. Bit of desperation coming out for YXZ. Can they find something with just a sliver of life left? No. Gonna get taken out by the barrage of feathers, and Glitch is going to win 3-0 and stop the loser's run. So we're now on to loser semis. So we're going to actually go to winners finals right now. So will we start in winners finals? Losers finals will be the last best of 5. But we'll start winners finals right now. That'll be best of 7. So hold on just a minute. All right, let me get these guys ready. Hold on. Bush versus Sora Fan. So winners finals. All right, so we're gonna see our first best of 7. Hey, what's up? Enjoy your carrot. We got a scuffed ass overlay, but whatever. So yeah, we're on to winners finals. We have Push versus Sorfan, our top 2 seeds. Probably our best active players currently. And we're gonna see Push go back to their original main Mira. Long awaited. And our first Mira sighting of the tournament, I believe. So right now, looking to use the clouds to stuff away Sorfan, but piece damage being exchanged. Sorfan finds an opening, gets some damage onto Push, takes out the Beyblades to try and keep Sorfan away, but the damage trade definitely in Sorfan's favor currently. Gonna get stuck in the clouds, but Push is not able to take advantage of that. Gonna able to find more offensive presence onto Push, using the half shield to get around all of the Mira projectiles. The Beyblades are out again, so that does provide odd defensive presence. But not really going to be able to do too much with it. Kind of using it to hide the frost clouds, kind of, and just keep up that Beyblade uptime. Mira has a lot of meter build, so it can be difficult for Sword to keep up. However, Sorfan still has a major life lead here. I hear a lot of shields are being pressed out here. Oh my god, you just hear all of this. You know what it is? I think those projectiles share a sound effect with the shield, so you just keep hearing it. Very funny, very it really is annoying a little bit. But Gas Cloud gonna stop Sorfan from converting a combo there, but a full bar of life lead for Sorfan to play with against Push. Gonna keep her away with the laser projectile. Tornado coming out, not gonna land fully. Sorfan has full meter to play with, just spam shields. Honestly, sometimes it's better to use your shields than hypers. Gonna just eliminate these gold supers from Push. Running out of time, running out of life. Anytime you half shield around a gold shield, it'll disappear. It'll counteract the gold shield and just let you attack. It's a good offensive tool for that movement. Probably Sora's best utilization to keep up the momentum. The EP gold shield does not escape. But Push still in the game, gonna get sniped down by the charged laser, and Sorfan is up 1-0. Alright, so good start from Sorfan again, taking half a bar of life from Push immediately. So Push immediately on the back end has to play around the aggressiveness of Sorfan, but it's not just aggressively, it's very smart aggressiveness. To play around all these projectiles, anything Push can throw out on the defensive measure. Hyper's just for defense, but not able to find the melee conversion, but it's going to be able to get space again with the Frost Clouds. But Sorfan unrelenting to get past anything Push can throw out and just running them down around this cloud. Not looking to get stuck in there. But very commanding set so far from Sorfan. Dealing with Push here. Ooh, gonna miss the melee. That's costly. Gonna cost a gold bar. Possibly Push's life. Push getting some momentum back, getting the melee super out, but only a little bit of health taken. And Push is running out of time. Has to find a lot of defensive presence, get some pressure out. For Sorfan to make mistakes, but Sorfan is locked in right now. Gonna be able to get around the half shield, keeping away. Beyblades are out, so Push gonna survive for now. We'll see what Sorfan does to find another angle onto Push. Push just staying on that meter. Keep up to the defense, because once you run out of meter, you run out of defense, and Sorfan can start utilizing what they're holding on to. Push sticking around valiantly so far, chipping away at the lead. Trying to keep the defensive momentum. Has the gold shield there. Add the super landing. Scorpion tries again, but this time it's not going to work. Gets to force another gold shield out with super. The very clutch Frost Cloud to keep the game alive. Push has about a minute to work with to try and stay alive versus Push, but against Sorfan, but Sorfan is going to find the angle as soon as that shield goes away. And it's now up 2-0. This is not match point though. This is best of 7, so still time for Push to get back into the series. Alright, this time Push is going to get the melee combo off. Get a bit of damage and take Sorfan away. Try to get momentum back. Alright. But however, not a lot of damage. Sorfan's not taking a lot of damage, so the way Sorfan is able to get in, it's just doing way more damage than when Mira can. So Mira kind of needs to stay away and keep up a very defensive character here, but gonna get a nice combo up there, so has a life lead now. Push looking to get momentum back into the set. Is able to find some nice conversions there, but is forced to gold shield. So Sorfan has openings to try and find something, and it's gonna get something there, but it's gonna get counteracted. However, it's gonna find that. And now Push is in a lot of trouble. Sorfan has them at high heat, is getting a lot of damage off. And it's threatening to go up 3-0 onto Push. Gonna establish the Beyblades. Push playing from behind again. We'll see if they can find momentum back in, but it's out of meter, so Sorfan has an angle to try and find something. Gets around all the lasers looking for something, but the gas side gonna keep them away for now. Meter is being built back up, but Push has to be pretty much perfect here. Sorfan is very tricky to keep away. Has about half of their total life left. But Push is having to stick at high heat. I mean, at this point, he may as well, right? One touch is basically death regardless. Yes, VOD will be on YouTube for all the stream matches, so you can find them there. Gonna get around the super there. Very nice. Push running out of meter. I mean, has a bit left, but gonna establish the Beyblades. Chipping away, but has to mind time if this keeps going up too long. Nice tornado there, forces the gold shit out, but not get a shield in time, so a bit of damage taken. Push needs to start establishing meter to keep away from Sorfan if they want to take this back. Another nice tornado. Sorfan not able to get out of that. Gonna find a melee, but just not able to convert, drops it. So now Push has a chance to stay alive here. 25 seconds left. Sorfan might think about trying to just not be aggressive anymore, but still looking for that last hit. Gonna wait too long. Gonna find the angle, but is gonna be able to chase down Push with the laser. Unfortunate landing of that, and Sorfan is now up 3-0, threatening to get to grands in this best of 7. It's first to 4, so they gotta keep playing. It's not over just yet. All right, so sticking with Mira. Push really looking to find a way to establish the defensive presence they want to with this character. But Sorfan, when Sorfan does get in, it's just been too much so far. We'll see if Mira can pull off the miracle, but Right now, Sorfan does have the lead. Mira not doing enough damage to counteract these trades. So still very much in Sorfan's favor. Some nice damage taken there. Able to get around Sorfan's damage so far. So keeping it within distance. Playing a bit more aggressively, we're seeing, and it's working out. Bush now has the lead, finds another angle in the corner, but Sorfan able to strike back. This could end soon. Beyblade's coming out. Both players on very low health, and the lunge is going to find Bush. So we're going to see a clean sweep in 4 for Sorfan as they move on to Grand Finals. All right. So we're now on to loser semis. Grand Finals match is confirmed. Well, Grand Finals on winner's side is confirmed. All right. So we're now on to loser semis. So loser semis is best of 5 still. And this will be playing for the first prize. So first prize is some, well, third place prize is some OJ DLC. So you will guarantee a Fruitbat Factory prize, whoever wins this match. So we got Gabarino versus Glitch for loser semi. All right. High pressure stakes. This is the last match for prizes. So we'll see who our prize winners are, and then it's just about seeing who places where. So we're looking to probably see Starbreaker versus Sumika. Very interesting to see who wins that. No more cell throws. The cell hyper was not working out. All right. Oh, we got the new Star Baker skin that came out recently, I believe. Alright, so a lot of bombs on the other end. We've seen how important it is to avoid those, because that apparently they do a lot of damage. Alright. Gabarino actually going to be able to find a way in and force his shield out of Glitch, but Starbreaker does have some long-range presence, so can force Glitch to walk up a bit. Gonna get barreled there, has to shield out of that. Shields against to dodge the feather, so now Glitch has a pretty significant meter lead. Gonna use that to get a big super off and deal a lot of damage. Gabarino sitting at high heat. You kind of have to against against Sumika to dodge these feathers. So kind of forces characters to play in this uncomfortable state. Get kept on their toes. But not out of reach just yet. Both players playing with high meter levels. Gonna use that to get around the super. Gets through the barrel as well. So nice defensive usage from Gabarino to reestablish a meter lead. But gonna need to start looking to convert it into something substantial. Alright. Gets around those beach balls. Both players at max meter. Gold shield expended. So Glitch using defensively. Uses it again, so I guess some taps are going to force Gold shield out, and they might even try the half shield. So now Gabarino has a lot of meter to play with, but both players playing pretty defensively here. Similar, reminiscent of a previous match we saw with Glitch. I believe Glitch versus Push was like this. But 60 seconds left. 1 minute remains, up to 3 in this match. Feathers are chipping away at Gabarino. So life lead substantial in Glitch's favor now. Alright. Half shields being expended, feeling the pressure now to finally make something happen. But Glitch still barely taking any damage. Gabarino starting to get their health chipped away. Has 30 seconds left in the clock on the final bar of life. But running out of time, Super is going to land. Glitch just forcing out the rest of defensive options, leading them out of the game. 15 seconds left. This is looking over. Just a sliver of life left for Gabarino. And it's going to get taken down there. So Glitch taking the first game in a commanding defensive battle. All right, game 2. We'll see if Gabarino can establish more of an offensive presence here, but it is quite difficult to do against Glitch. Already at high heat, just trying to get around and find a way in. Barely dodges that barrel. That could have been a disaster, but manages to get around it. Forces Glitch onto the edge of the screen. Gonna get some nice damage there. So it evens up the health bar. Good hits coming out from Gabarino, fighting back. Trying to throw bombs on the other side of the screen. Tries to try and force Glitch to walk up into the flames, but not too successful so far. Glitch kind of just utilizing the screen, utilizing the spacing, but a lot of shields exchanged right there, so Glitch is out of meter. This is Gabarino's chance to try and make something happen. Looking for an angle, but these feathers are just stuffing him out. Alright, full bar of meter, level 3 available. Flames are going to reach Glitch, but Glitch has defensive meter to play around whatever Gabarino could try and do. Alright, just using a half shield to get out of some pressure. It finds a way in, forces the kill out, good meter trade. But not able to find too much damage, which is what Gabarino really wants right now. Needs to force the life lead, so Glitch isn't able to just sit on the other end of the screen. Needs to find the life lead to force some pressure out. Utilizing half shields more, that's building a lot of meter. Good adaptation, in my opinion. Try and utilize the half shield, just force more meter out of Glitch until you find that opening, but it just so far has not happened. Both players have level 3 available. Level 1 used, gets damage off. Gold shield is not coming out of time to block it. Half shield exchange. Gets a nice melee combo off there. You're trying to use everything they can to get damage off, but it's not going to work. Glitch just keeps stuffing out Gabarino, and Gabarino's in a lot of trouble now. And he finds something. Gold shield exchange. Good opening to get some damage off, but still a full bar behind. Can Gabarino do it? They have 30 seconds. Glitch can just sit back and stay defensive. Force Gabarino to make a mistake and run into some of these feathers. Just has to watch out for the bombs that are placed behind them, because that can turn the tides a bit, but the meters is exchanged. The feather's going to knock them out of it. Alright, just a little bit of health left. 5 seconds. 4. Yep, not enough time to do much. Gabarino forced to try and make something happen, and it's just going to be out of time and out of life. Glitch is up 2-0 now, looking to reach losers finals against Fush. Alright, both players on the approach. Little bit of damage for Gabarino. Gabarino looking to get an early lead here. Is going to find a lot of pressure here. It gets a lot of these melee loops in. And we get some big damage, but the barrel comes right back out. Gold Shield is available, so limits the bleeding a little bit. But very nice damage out, and now Glitch has the lead again. See if Gabarino can get back into it. Not able to find anything. Going to take a lot of damage and punishment. What was looking good at the start, now Glitch's in Glitch's favor yet again. Half shield exchanged once more. Some fire laid out onto Glitch. Can Gabarino find something here? Alright, gold shield exchanged. Alright, Gabarino on the final bar out there, turning life. Can he find something here? Gold shield used. Gets away in, but Glitch able to get out without using any meter. Super is going to do it. Glitch sweeps in loser semis and will be moving on to play push for the second place prize. All right. Alright, Glitch versus Fush for losers finals. Let's activate this. Alright, losers finals, back to best of 7. We're gonna see the rematch between Glitch and Fush. Will Fush pull off a double elimination of Glitch? Or is Glitch gonna be able to adapt and take out Fush? These are our two former major champions going head to head for the right to face Sorafan. Hasn't start. All right. Water. Yep. My God, my voice is my voice is gonna suffer for the rest of the night. Every time I'm commentating, whenever I commentate tournaments, this kind of stuff happens. But we only have a few more matches left, so I will survive. I will persevere. Alright, Glitch is ready. Losers finals is imminent. I mean, maybe I would be if I stream these more, but only every once in a while. Of course, if for this bigger tournament, I gotta stream it, so. Oh, wow, Nanako! Nanako coming out for Glitch. Trying to, understanding that this Miko is not working at all versus Kyoko, goes for the Nanako counter. This is a very interesting matchup. Both these characters are very rare in the scene. So not a matchup I don't think I've ever seen. But right now, both of them are actually staying at very high heat, dodging around all these full screen projectiles. A lot of bar picking out, the full super not going to land, but it's going to force the push to move around. Trying to use that almost like your Virgil, just going in with the encircling blade. And so far, Fush has the lead with Kyoko. Gonna find that melee super there. Get suddenly a huge chunk of damage onto Glitch. I believe that was the crystal. So, having to find some offensive momentum with the Nako. We'll see if Glitch can find something here, but Fush just unfazed and barely taking a scratch there. He's gonna take it 1-0 so far. forgot this matchup is awful. I don't know the matchup either, don't worry. Alright. Glitch is gonna try and go back to Sanika here. Yeah, it's good for her, good for her. Getting a sighting in losers finals, but we're back to Sanika now. Because Nanako did not work out for Glitch. So gonna try and play a more aggressive approach. Try and make sure these projectiles land by going in more closely. Gets a barrel there. Very nice. Bush is getting pressured out. So far it is working, but has to be careful of taking this damage because they can bring it back pretty quickly with how much heat they each have. So we're seeing both these normally defensive characters playing very much on the offense here in this matchup. So we're seeing how matchups adapt in real time. But so far, Bush is finally starting to break away against Glitch. A lot of bars exchange. A barrel's gonna land, but Push has the meter to get out of it. Glitch running out of health to play with is not able to misstep anymore. Looks for a barrel, is gonna get taken out by the quick melee hyper. And Push is up to a quick 2-0 in this rematch. Alright, game 3. Can Glitch find something and get back to the series? Alright, good offensive start from both players. A lot of damage exchange. That melee hyper does so much for Kyoko and keeping away. Able to deal with a good get off me option. But right now, it is in Glitch's favor, but not for long. Glitch able to get right back into it with some supers. Glitch trying to find an angle, but takes so much damage from the crystal super. They're just gonna find their mark. Glitch really just trying to find some kind of momentum here, but Glitch able to keep back, but Glitch actually back in the game. We'll see who can take it out. The supers are being thrown out like crazy, and now both players are on about a touch left. Good sidestepping has to be utilized to survive here. All these projectiles just being thrown out onto the field, shooting at each other. Glitch able to just dodge in time to stay alive here. Supers exchange field to block it, and the melee super is at the ready. Push times it perfectly. Glitch not able to react, and Push is up to another 3-0. We'll see if it's another clean sweep. Alright, so winner is guaranteed a place in Grand Finals and second place. Barrel is going to land, force a gold shield out, so Glitch has a slight meter lead here. That is important. We've seen a lot of supers being thrown out. A lot of meter being utilized in this match. Trying to just push around the corner, but Glitch able to escape, get back to mid-screen, and dash around where they want to be. Alright, Glitch gonna dodge the melee super. Alright, able to stay onto Push, but kind of locked out of getting too much damage out onto Push. Alright, uses the shield to run through that crystal. Just not able to go where they want to. These crystals just moving so aggressive for where Glitch wants to move. Alright, gonna set up all these shielding crystals, utilize that to break how Glitch wants to use projectiles, and we're seeing a commanding lead come out for Push. Able to get through this chaos after surviving rounds 2 and 3. Has another commanding lead here. Oh my goodness, gonna get locked into the combo, has to gold shield out. Glitch does not have a lot of meter to play with. Has to try and get something, it's gonna eat crystals right in the face. Push takes it 4-0 in our best of 7 series. and is going to move on to playing Sorfan on the loser side of Grand Finals. So 7-0 in favor of Fush as they get another chance at Sorfan and are going to be looking for the reset. Sure. I need a bit of a commentating break as well. But yes, Grand Finals. All right, so Glitch is going to get the third place prize, placing in third. Seven. So, if you are new to double elimination tournaments, Fush is coming out from the loser side, so Fush has to win 2 best of 7s if they want to win the tournament. Sorfan just needs to win 1 best of 7, and they will be the winner. Tourney has gone smoothly pretty much overall, so thank you to all participants for joining us in our milestone 50th tournament. It has been more than a pleasure to be your host and to see you all play. It's been great. We have our final match coming up. And we'll see who wins. If you want a recap of the tournament, I will post the bracket one more time in chat. Feel free to see and relive how it has gone. Generally, this game sees a lot of sweeps in sets. That's just how it is with these smaller, more niche games. Players at many different levels, but we have seen some interesting matches. So it hasn't been all bad. It's been fun. We see a few upsets here and there. I gotta make a top 8 graphic for this. So, I guess while we're waiting, top 8 consists of Mindless and Mr. L in 8th. 5th places are YXC and Triple. 4th place is Gabarino. 3rd is Glitch. And the last 2 are still here. And we'll see who wins Metallurge 50. Yeah, top 8's pretty good. I mean, you are seeded for top 8, but yeah, I mean, you still have to play the games to get there. I mean, the other side was seeds 11 and 16, so it has some tough bracket matchups here. Not everyone was seeded to their skill level because they have not been playing. So sometimes people will come in and they'll be bracket busters. All right, Grand Finals is underway. We got Fush versus Sorfan. We'll see if it's more of the same or if Fush can find momentum here. We'll see if they try a different character here. We are going to see Mira again. So I'm going to try and get momentum back with the original main. Is confident that they can establish a defensive presence this time around. And so far, well, not anymore. Sorafan able to find their way in. And damage being traded for both players, but definitely in Sorafan's favor. Alrighty. Half shields exchange. Both players gonna whiff. Gonna drop it a bit, but Sorafan able to pick it right back up. Big Boy's gonna come out to get some defensive presence again. Sorafan looking for a breakthrough, but not able to find it. But does have the life lead and the heat lead, which is very substantial so far. Can Push find a way around. Alright, Beyblades are out again. Alright, both players just kind of dashing around so far. Shields are exchanged. Gold shield for Sorafan. So Push is chipping away a little bit. Still a fairly close match. Hyper gonna be landed, but Gold shield gonna stop anything else from happening. Some nice lunges there, but Push gonna counter with the melee. Staying alive for now, but Sorafan has the lead. Sorafan looking to close it out, not able to do it because of the cloud. Beyblade's established again, but Sorafan's already inside of that and is going to take a 1-0 lead. Push sticking with their guns here, but nice early lead for Sorafan. Nothing too substantial just yet, though. Gonna be getting some nice baits with the cloud, but still down on. All right, tornado combo gonna land, so there's some damage for Push, but gonna be immediately taken down. But able to counter with the cloud, so some solid momentum for Push, but Sorafan able to find a melee combo back into the game. Push trying to run away, trying to keep Sorafan out. Sora just does so much damage. Anytime Sorafan lands a hit, any trade that Mira has been building up is nullified, and then some. Sorafan has a lot of meter to play with now too. Could start looking to leverage their supers or their meter. A lot of meter exchange. The Beyblade's not enough to stop this damage onslaught. Looking to dash away. Push is in trouble here. One more hit should do it about. Trying to dash through all these little lasers and is going to find the mark. Sorafan up 2-0 again. Alright, so game 3 so far is more of the same from Winners Finals. We'll see if Push can finally find their footing. Trying to use shurikens a bit more. Get those ballistics out. Gonna find a melee hyper, but get a gold shield out of it, so no damage gonna be taken. Gold shield coming up from Push's end as well. So what Mira generally wants to do is just keep playing keep away from Sora. Use all of these projectiles to keep Sora from getting in, and then also build a crap ton of meter on their own to try and just leverage supers as well. Sorafan's game plan, just break through it, get their offensive pressure in. Alright, melee super going to go out again, but no damage from the because of the gold shield. Basically just a meter exchange. But Push has a lot of meter. Gold shield that time again. Beyblade's gonna come out this time to establish defensive presence. Slight lead for Push so far. Alright. Push playing keep away so far. Sorfan tries to half shield in, does not find it because of the gas pod. The gas pod doing a lot of work, keeping Sorfan in place. Push doing a good job of playing defense so far. Able to keep Sorfan away, forcing him into the gold clouds, which stops any momentum that Sorfan's trying to gain. Alright, find something there, but able to get out of it. Can Push take their first game? Alright. Sorfan finds another mark there, half shield exchange to get out of it, but Sorfan and Push out of meter, but gonna find a nice melee combo there and establish presence. Hold Sorfan down into that cloud. Dashing around a bit more. Shurikens onto the field, a lot of gas clouds put onto the field as well. Just slowing Sorfan's momentum, playing around all these slows. Stopping Sorfan from finding a lunge opportunity. 30 seconds left on the clock. Push has the life lead. The first lead this deep into a match against Sorfan. We'll see if they can hold on. Has meter lead as well. Sorfan gets stuck in another cloud. The Push has 15 more seconds to work with. Will they try and play a bit more offensive? Will they just play keep away? Sorfan needs to make something work. Has to act fast. 10 seconds left on the clock. Melee tap stains, half shields, exchange. We're going to see a lot of dashing around. Can Push keep dancing around? 3, 2, 1. Push is finally on the board. Gets the game here. And it's going to time out Sorfan. So going to deny the 8-0. We'll see if Push can get back into the series. 2-1 deficit. Get the game desync? Hold on. Oh, never mind. That was mindless desyncing. Alright. That was mindless desyncing, not me. Okay. So the match is now 2-1 in Sorfan's favor. We'll see if Push can keep it up. The mirror finally Push finally getting their game plan against Sorfan. Has to keep establishing this defensive presence. Right now, Sorfan having a solid early game here, getting good damage onto Push. Alright, lunge exchange, forcing gold shield. Into a dash through the shurikens, finds a way in, forces gold shield out, gets a nice lunge combo there. Sorfan has another sizable lead, able to get around Push's defense this time. Push does not want to use his meter, but kind of has to. Sorfan looking to close it out. Push really wanting to hold on to the meter advantage, but unfortunately Sorfan is unrelenting as Push is just unable to establish defensive presence. Sorfan on the tourney match point. Alright, game 5. Lunge combo. Got the lungeables. Alright. So Push, Sorfan gonna be able to dash around and find the lunge combo a bit later than you might expect, but dashing around these gas clouds this time. Push having trouble to establish defense again. Looking to be in a lot of danger now. Sorfan still untouched, but gonna get knocked back by the blades from behind. Push dancing around these gas clouds as usual, trying to find that defensive foothold. But the life lead is substantial, almost down to their last bar already. Push has Sorfan has a lot of meter to play with at this point. Can look to just start closing it out, throw out some supers, get back to the melee range. utilizing dashing through all of the lasers that Mira puts up with the Beyblades to just get all that red health back. Tornado gonna come out, but not gonna do enough damage. Alright, Push is establishing their little corner, but Swordfan just trying to ignore it, waiting for the stuff to expire, and just building up meter to go in with half shields. But Beyblade's gonna do a decent chunk of damage to the Swordfan. Push chipping away at the lead. A nice little tornado there, gonna force out a gold shield. Beyblade's coming out again. Gonna dodge another super, so Swordfan is trying to use some super here to get some offensive pressure back, but it's not working out so far. So Push is chipping away at the lead. Another gold shield needs to be expended to prevent any combo. Beyblades are back out. Looking to dash in, get some good damage on the Swordfan, getting some momentum back, but making some chip damage on the other end. Dashing around, Swordfan's attempts to make something happen with a half shield. Out of half shield, but Push out of meter to block any further. Swordfan is Metallurge's 50th champion. Swordfan's going to take it 4-1, win grand finals, and that will do it. Congrats to Swordfan with a commanding double elimination of Push. Congratulations to all of our prize winners. Thank you so much for coming out today. Congrats again to Swordfan for winning. I'll probably make a top 8 graphic for this maybe at some point. But yeah, that'll do it. Thank you guys so much for playing. You guys feel free to hop on friendlies or do whatever you want from now. And we'll be back next time. So we hold these tournaments about bi-weekly. I don't usually stream them, but here and there I will make announcements if I do. Maybe we'll do this again at some point. But yeah, thank you for joining us for our 50th tournament. That'll be the end of the stream. Feel free to check out the VODs on YouTube. It'll be up in the live channel. And yeah, thanks for sticking around. Take care, everybody, and have a great weekend. If you want to check out any of my content, feel free to poke around my channels. I just play regular games and all that, but I also host these community tournaments here and there. So yeah, if you are interested, if you are just watching as a neutral, I recommend that you join our Discord that is linked in the description of the tournament. That is where our community is largely held. All right, that'll do it. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye. Take care, and thanks for coming out. Thanks for all of our players, and see you all. Bye-bye.